Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Snug Wrestling. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Good. But let's go back to the beginning of the show. We kicked things off with the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. And this was a very, very different Gunther compared to the one that we saw last week. Because last week, Gunther looked worried. He looked scared. He looked like he was shaking in his boots after that Jey Uso promo, but Gunther showed up and he was pissed off. Well, you can say he was pissed off. Michael Cole said he was frustrated. Michael Cole said that he was maybe even a little bit intimidated. Gunther was, because he showed a lot of rage in this opening promo with Michael Cole. My hometown of Sacramento, California, we're not feeling Gunther whatsoever, booing him damn near out of the arena, not letting him speak, not letting him get a word in. The people are behind Jey Uso 1,000%. And yeah, man, this was this is heating up definitely for WrestleMania. Then later on we saw Jey Uso. So let's talk about this, guys. What do you guys think is happening this week with Gunther and Jey Uso? Toxic, let's go with you first.
Yeah. At the start of this feud, it was absolute crap. No story, and I'm telling the truth here. It was bad. It was Gunther coming out to attack Jey every single week, and then ever since Jimmy got hurt, it's been fired up. This story has gotten better. I'm enjoying this, and I wanted to see the match even before Jimmy got hurt. I fully believe that everyone that hates on Jey Uso will be eating their words, including you, Snug. You will be eating your words at WrestleMania, and Jey Uso is winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Like Bludd said, if he doesn't, it just ruins his character. He has nothing to go for. Jey has nothing to go for if he loses to Gunther. Nowhere to go.
I gotta give a quick shout out to Carlos, who's in the comments, says Gunther is carrying this feud. Finally, someone who understands the reality of wrestling. Go ahead, Toxic.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. Man, screw. I'm kidding.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this match, and everyone that hates on Jey Uso is gonna be eating the words. Yeet.
No yeet. Go ahead, Tommy.
I don't even know what I was going to say because both of y'all speak bullshit. But because it's true, both of y'all are wrong. Jey is absolutely carrying this. But with Gunther for right now, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get to Jey later, with Gunther with this is the first time where I feel like he actually put stuff into this besides the Jimmy thing. If you take out Jimmy and that whole attack there, this is the first time that Gunther has felt like he himself is at a disadvantage. As much as size-wise, that is not the case. Gunther's a big boy. But size-wise, it's definitely not the case. But Jey has gotten into his head, which I think was Jay's plan the entire time last week, was to get into his head and make him doubt himself. And that is exactly what happened this week. You can tell Michael Cole was 2 questions in, and then Gunther said, screw it, and just put himself out there.
Yep, I think you hit it right in the head with that one. Gunther's a little flustered, it seemed like, tonight. BT, let's hear from you. What are your thoughts about Gunther's promo and Jey Uso's promo now that we're at it?
I've seen Gunther cut better promos than this one, honestly. I think it's just me, but the crowd fucking ruined this promo from Gunther. He should have come off more threatening, and the crowd just wouldn't fucking let him breathe. So I blame the crowd for this. And Jay's promo, he did well last week, but this one is just him regurgitating the same stuff we heard last week and playing with the crowd, which I thought we were going to drop until WrestleMania came in, but apparently not. So, again, I don't think we're going to be proving the critics wrong, but coming WrestleMania, Jay nonetheless will become World Heavyweight Championship, whether you like it or not. Snug, whether you like it or not. Reality of Wrestling on TikTok, who I blocked for the sake of my sanity. And every single other fucking Jey Uso hater out there, we got 2 words for you. Suck it.
No yeet. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I mean, the crowd, AR15 in the comments said it best. The crowds are out of control. But we're not going to hate on my hometown of Sacramento, California, all right? Because we are live. We were a wild crowd tonight. But I should have mentioned that, Jey Uso, as well as Bayley, too, they kind of felt like a homecoming to them because Bayley being from San Jose, Jey Uso being from San Francisco. We're 2 hours away from both of their hometown cities. And Jey Uso even said it best. Most of their family is from the West Coast over here on our side. Sol Sikoa is from Sac. And so it's really cool to see Jey Uso, with his people. Even Jey Uso was like, my mom is somewhere here in the crowd and stuff. So the fans really, really love Jey Uso, which is a big reason why Gunther was getting a lot of heat in Sacramento, getting booed like crazy. But let's hear from you, Bludd. What were your thoughts? How are you feeling after seeing both of the promos tonight from Gunther and Jey Uso?
I'm in the same vein that I think the segment between them last week was better, because there was a real shaky emotional heft coming out of Jey. And I thought Gunther played with the nuance of trying to almost seem apprehensive to even interrupt Jey, apprehensive to attack Jey, apprehensive to belittle or berate Jey, at the fear that Jey would snap right then and there on him in the ring. Because if you remember last week, you just constantly see Gunther putting his hands out, trying to calm Jey, almost to push the anger, to quell the rage, right? I thought that was really great character work from Gunther last week, and especially from Jey. Especially the line about having to pray to God to forgive him for what he's going to do. And this week, I agree in the vein that I thought that I was really hoping Jey would stick a bit more to the serious side that we saw last week and not feed back into the, you know what I'm saying? And that means, and every other word he lets the crowd interact. But it was decent. It was there to fire up the crowd, obviously to get them hot for the weekend. But I felt really bad for Gunther in this segment because I thought this was like, the one thought I had was like, thank God this segment is not on the European tour. We never would have gotten through it. Because, and you said not to hate on your hometown. Well, in this segment, I'm hating on your town, because they need to learn sometimes, fans need to learn sometimes when to shut the fuck up so we can hear the promo that's supposed to be building the story that they are invested in and want to see. If you are invested in the stories, don't you want to hear the story being told? Shut the fuck up. Let the man talk. Let him tell you. Because you can tell right then and there. The reason we've heard better promos from Gunther than this one is because he clearly, the crowd got to him here, because he tried to restart twice, right? He said the same line twice. Last week, Jey Uso came down to this ring And he said that twice. He had to restart twice. And finally, he just gave up. When a crowd, like sometimes we know the crowds are a part of the show. We need the crowds. We need the fans. But sometimes the crowds just ruin things. This was their go home individual promo pieces. And I really wanted to hear what Gunther thought about what Jey said last week. And even though he finally was able to just push through and talk over him, like, take a hint, shut the fuck up, let him talk. But one thing I wanted to point out about Gunther was, aside from the fact that the crowd actually ruined his segment for me, which really pissed me off. But I noticed that and I've seen the way that men have talked like this in real life many, many times in my life, where they speak through anger and rage, and they feel like they have to make such a pointed or concerted effort to prove to you that they're going to do the thing and dominate the thing and win the thing, and there's no chance in hell. And all I could hear in Gunther's voice and see in his eyes was, oh shit, you don't believe a word you're saying either, do you? And I immediately realized Gunther, not only is he afraid, not only does he feel doubt, at this point, he's mentally already lost the war. Because everything he shouted tonight was just a little boy screaming into his pillow, hoping that the monsters under his bed would run and jump out the window, and that they were never really there to begin with. Everything he said tonight sounded like a scared kid trying to act tough for the sake of not looking weak. And mentally, Jey beat him last week. People don't understand this. Jey won the World Heavyweight Championship last week on Monday, not this upcoming Saturday. Gunther's already lost. Once you lose mentally in a game like this, it'll be exactly what happened to Gunther last year at Mania against Sammy. He mentally lost before the match, and it cost him the title. Jey is your new World Heavyweight Champion. 4 letters, 1 word.
No, Yeet. Yeah, Gunther is out of his, he's not the same cool, calm, and collected World Heavyweight Champion that we're all used to, man. He's, I'm afraid you guys are right. But I'm not going to stand here and just let you guys bash all over my peoples of Sacramento, California. They probably, most crowds, they need to realize when to interact and when not to interact. Even with the whole yeeting stuff, like, you guys, we don't have to yeet all the fucking time. I'm not talking about us here. I'm talking about, like, in the arena. Like, also, like, I feel like Jey Uso, he came out and he wanted to do this promo, like, in a real serious and intense way, but the crowd was just too hyped, and they just wanted to yeet with him so bad that Jey Uso, he just said, you know what, fuck it. He's like, I'm with it too now, And
you know what? I'll give it to you, Snug. I'm glad that the crowd is having fun, because that's what we're all here for. I want them to have fun. I want everybody to be as hyped for Mania as possible, especially since out of the 10 to 12 weeks this feud has been going on, only 3 weeks have been good. So if the final week gets them hyped, I'm all for it. But sometimes crowds just need to learn how to take a hint. You can be excited. He's only going to be out here for 5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes, then go nuts. But let him get the point across. So I'm not trying to hate on the crowd or your hometown, but the West Coast, as an East Coaster, we got the
I will
better
mute your
rappers,
mic.
and
I will mute your mic.
We got the better
Be careful.
rappers, and out burger sucks.
Be careful. I got the power to mute. Anyway,